Lead-acid batteries are an important source of energy in industries, businesses, and vehicles. But when improperly disposed of, they could pose serious threats to health and the environment because of their dangerous lead and sulfuric acid components.
Kung ikaw ay na-expose sa sulfuric acid, kunwari nadapuan yung iyong balat, no? What happens is that you might have irritation of the skin, or you might get burns from the skin if it's really very concentrated. With lead, what I say it's really that dangerous is because it can affect even generations of people. So kumbaga, kunwari isang worker or isang tao na afektuhan or na-expose sa lead, maaring ma-transmit niya yan, no, sa next generation.
Of the 7 million batteries consumed by the country each year, only 4 million are properly recycled. The rest end up in junk shop, dump sites, or worse, roadsides. In a solid fight to protect the environment against the spread of unsafe toxic wastes, Republic Act 6969, or the Toxic Substances and Hazardous and Nuclear Wastes Control Act of 1990, was passed. The law prohibits the unlawful transport, manufacture, processing, and disposal of chemical substances, which includes used batteries. It is a criminal offense that carries with it serious penalties. Violation of this law may result in imprisonment, at least 500,000 pesos in fine, or cancellation of business license for any private or government entity. Recognizing the dangers posed by these lead-acid batteries, Bantay Kalikasan, the Environmental Management Bureau, and the Philippine Recyclers Incorporated joined hands in creating a project called Bantay Baterya, which started in October 2000.
The hazardous waste management section is tasked to implement and enforce the regulation on hazardous waste. And one of the hazardous waste importance is the lead compounds. So that's the reason why used lead-acid batteries is classified under the Philippine regulation as hazardous waste, and we need to manage it from cradle to grave as the rule of thumb in hazardous waste management. This is in order to minimize or prevent the spread of lead into the environment and control or prevent the occurrence of some diseases that caused by lead. And we know that lead is one of the toxic metals of importance, and it can find its way through the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food or the biota that we eat. Lead-acid batteries is one of the hazardous waste generated at the community, and we need those batteries so that we can prevent or mitigate the spread of lead pollution. At the same time, we are supporting and strongly supporting the project of ABS-CBN Foundation, Bantay Kalikasan, because we're doing this for a cause, and this is an explicit example of public-private partnership with the corporate social responsibility being implemented by the private sector. So we strongly support Bantay Baterya and all the other social activities of the ABS-CBN Foundation.
Bantay Baterya is a nationwide campaign which aims to protect the public and the environment from the harmful effects of lead-acid batteries by spearheading their recovery and recycling. The project works by collecting waste batteries from donor companies and delivering them to the Philippine Recyclers Incorporated, which processes them into new ones.
Philippine Recyclers has always been in search of scrap batteries all over the country. And every time we make a presentation before a crowd, a community, a corporation, an organization, we are surprised to realize that about half of them could have a scrap battery in their backyards. It only means that to these people, the value of that scrap battery may not be significant. However, if we collect all of them, that can amount to a very large amount of money. And so the concept, the idea of a socially relevant project came about. What if these people can be convinced to donate their batteries to a good cause and have all of these batteries converted into cash, because PRI pays for scrap batteries to get its raw materials. And so Bantay Baterya was born. The idea is to get people to contribute their scrap batteries and have the funds that are generated by those contributions used by a project that will help the community and hopefully help the country. Bantay Kalikasan is one of the best choices for partnership in this socially relevant effort. In Bantay Kalikasan, we see not only the promotion of environmental protection, but also the preservation of the environment through an actual result, which is the La Mesa Reforestation Project. And so we broached the idea to ABS-CBN Foundation, and they agreed that this is a combination of two worthwhile environmental endeavors: the cleanup of the environment through the collection of scrap batteries and the conversion of the value of these batteries into funds that will help in the La Mesa Dam reforestation.
Aside from relieving donors of their wastes, the project assists companies by securing the permit requirements for the transport and treatment of hazardous wastes and provides them with treatment certificates. BIR-issued certificates of donation are also awarded to donors, and these are 100% deductible as allowable expense. Backed by the DENR, Bantay Baterya has a nationwide transport permit for hazardous material, which allows the project to accept donations from any point in the country. No other NGO program can boast of having the support of both a government regulating body and private corporations at the same time. Indeed, the project has made commendable and significant impacts. Since 2002, the project has already received and recycled 2,292,295 kilograms of used batteries from more than 100 partner companies. Revenues from Bantay Baterya fuel the efforts of Bantay Kalikasan to save and protect the environment by funding its other projects such as the Magandang Pilipinas Eco-Tourism Project, the Pasig River Rehabilitation, the protection of the Mesa Watershed, and the Bantay Kalikasan Environmental Hotline. The environment and its protection and preservation has now become a major concern for all of us. We at Bantay Baterya remain committed to our advocacy, and we urge you to join us in our mission to create a better world for our children.